Or just got a huge text from Antiform 0307. So basically, we just had a huge text war about Breath of the Wild versus KH3. Let's talk about that.
Now, so right now I'm recording this on my iPad as my computer isn't working, like I said in my Switch video. Yeah. So if the angle looks a bit weird, that's just because I have to have it so low. But I don't know. I think the quality isn't terrible. So yeah. So I was texting Inchform, and we were just kind of talking about out of the blue because I was just watching a bunch of Breath of the Wild trailers and music, and I love the music, but I was just watching it, and then that made me think, wait, I remember saying I was more excited for Breath of the Wild, but, I mean, KH3, but what would I be more excited for? But right now, it's honestly Breath of the Wild, because we know more about it, and, let me read out some of them. I think I'm more hyped for Breath of the Wild now instead of KH3 because I've been watching trailers all day. And he said, I'm more hyped for KH3 because it's been 11 years and it'll be either 12 or 13 when it releases. And I said, still, Breath of the Wild looks amazing. And he said, yeah, but we're getting a Zelda game almost every year or 2 years, so I'm less hyped for it. Plus, I think KH is more fun in general. Now, about that, we usually don't get a Zelda game every 1 or 2 years. Usually it's every... Right now, at least 5 years, but, with the Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword, a couple of years, then that one was different, but other than that, we get them pretty kind of far away. And then we got the first big one that we sent. I mean, in terms of quality, Zelda's better, because Reach Into Memories and Days gameplay and recoded story, but Zelda also has, 20 games, so it's bound to have a few better games. But as far as Breath of the Wild, it looks good, but it's just another Zelda game. It isn't a closing chapter game. It isn't a game we are waiting just for 12 or 13 years, and it's just saving Zelda again. And this is where I didn't get mad, but I mean, this is I knew he was honestly wrong. I know I sound like a flipping, I don't know. I just didn't agree with him. So then I said, you're not saving Zelda. You wake up 100 years after she's because she's awakening you to kill Calamity Ganon. Zelda is safe, and also there isn't one Zelda game I don't like, even Spirit Tracks, because I actually kind of like that one. And we got 4 games after KH2 to hold us over for KH3 and 2.8, and not exactly, but I mean 0.2 counts as part of a game, so that's 4.5 really, 4.5 games. So, and then he said, we got 2 good games that held us over, and 0.2 isn't a full game. It's not going to count as a new title. You like Four Swords and Phantom Hourglass, and it was constantly harder to even get those KH games because most were on different systems. So we got 1.5 and 2.5, but BBS was probably the only one people didn't play because it was on PSP. And KH3 is going to be very innovative. There's parkour, Keyblade transformations, attraction flows. He said a lot more. Athletic flow and the story will obviously be amazing. Same, and then, since there isn't one KH game yeah, he said same, because I said that before, he said that. Same, there isn't one KH game I dislike. Recoded has great gameplay, and Reach Into Memories and 358 have 8 out of 8 stories. And then, I thought that he hated Attraction Flow. He had hated Attraction Flow, so I guess he changed his mind or something, but, and then, KH3 Sora will be OP, and Breath of the Wild Link will start with a Sheikah Slate and nothing else, and you have to get your own weapons, etc. Honestly, since the NX and /Switch was announced, more hype was made, and more people like Zelda than KH in general, because, it does have a higher fan base, honestly, because it's been going for a longer time, as, Kingdom Hearts has gone for about, 15 years, I'd say, ever since KH1 was in 2001, I'm 90% sure. So, yeah, so that's about 15 years. But with Zelda, it's been 30. So, honestly, I think if a game has been around for longer, it's going to have a lot bigger fan base if the games are good, which, well, as you can tell, they kind of are if I have them up here. And one in caps, I love the attraction flows. I said it would look weird against a fight against, Xehanort or Ansem. And the NX doesn't make Breath of the Wild a better game. That's like me saying I'm more hyped for 2.8 because you can use the Pro on it. I didn't exactly say it's going to be better because of the NX. I'm just saying since the NX was announced, Breath of the Wild had more hype going for it. And then it has a bigger fan base because younger kids being able to play it and have fun. But having a bigger fan base doesn't mean the hype is more. Actually, it kind of does. And then, good point, and I say good point, but still Breath of the Wild has more hype. Look at Breath of the Wild versus KH3 videos and see which has more. Okay, views aren't everything. I didn't say views, I said, just look at how many videos there are, and I think the videos would make that. I agree it has more hype. I would just argue that KH3 is more exciting, and it will be better. Yeah. And then, there are more Zelda YouTubers, and then, yeah, that's pretty much it. And then we just kind of went and talked about other stuff. So, yeah, so on that, Breath of the Wild looks amazing because just the theme is awesome, and, I'm definitely gonna get a Switch, and get Breath of the Wild because just looking at the gameplay from the Switch trailer made me want it even more. Now, I'm still gonna get KH3, but just the fact that from speculation right now, Breath of the Wild is closer. And if KH3 was coming in January, I'd probably be more hyped for it because it's closer. Because we're getting Breath of the Wild in March 2017, so we should still have a good 5 months, sadly. But, oh well. I hope I'll be able to get some money for it. I think I will because my birthday's in February, like I said. I was originally going to do another Switch video, but I didn't really have enough to talk about, so I just decided to do this one. Now, the thing with KH3 is, like I said, you have to get all your you start out with a lot of stuff, and there's, honestly, I think there's not too much going on, but, I mean, I think they could remove, one or two things. You have shot lock and attraction flows, athletic flows, Keyblade transformations, etc., and then the game just looks more hectic in general. Whether that's a bad thing is up to debate, but still, Breath of the Wild, you're on your own, and you're probably going to be with Donald and Goofy in KH3, so it just makes it more you just kind of get the feeling of being alone, but then when you get, Wolf Link or something in, then that, you get him as a buddy, which I'm just now noticing. My Wolf Link doesn't look like he's in a case, but he is. Just the way the light's going. He doesn't look like he's in a case, so that's actually kind of cool. Alright, so, yeah, so with KH3 being enhanced by the PS4 Pro, that doesn't mean I'm gonna get one, but I still think it's pretty cool, but, yeah, I said 20 times now, so Breath of the Wild on Wii U or Switch, I think it's gonna be better on Switch, honestly, because I think the graphics are gonna look better and it's gonna have better frame rates and stuff. So, yeah, and I do think that Breath of the Wild has more hype because ever since E3 2016, it has had more hype than ever because we've gotten more news about it. We know more about Breath of the Wild now than KH3 because I remember originally saying I'm more hyped for KH3 because we don't know much about Breath of the Wild, but I don't know why I said that because we have way more information on Breath of the Wild. So, yeah. Thanks for listening to me ramble on for 8 minutes, which is mostly just me reading out our texts, but yeah. So, what are you more hyped for? Comment down below what you are more hyped for. Now, I know a lot of people that don't like Zelda but like KH, or vice versa, probably it's an easy one. But for me, since I like both, it's actually kind of difficult. But because my wall's kind of split in two with Kingdom Hearts and Zelda, So yeah, I'm Okay Gamer, and I'll catch you in the next one.